Tucker, thanks. Are Denver public schools opening their doors to undocumented teachers in a controversial move that partners with the district with Teach for America? Educators who initially came to the country illegally are given temporary deportation relief and alternate licenses to teach. It's a move that has some worried about the qualifications of these individuals. What can parents do if they find their children are being taught by one of these workers? Let's ask attorney David Schwartz. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what can parents do in that particular district, you know, if they are concerned that undocumented people are teaching their kids?
Yeah, there's two different areas here. The fact that an undocumented teacher is teaching their children is not a valid point for a litigation. All right, if they came here, they were under 16 years old, they came here undocumented, but they qualify, they're pursuing an education, they have no criminal record, they have the right to work. So this has nothing to do with the right to work, but do they have the right to teach your children? That's a completely different story.
But the superintendent is saying that they are trying to increase their diversity and bring these people in. Right. So, I mean, is that really fair in the name of diversity and cultural education if these teachers happen to not be as qualified as others?
Right. It's all about no child left behind. It's all about the child having the right to a qualified teacher. And a qualified teacher means that they have a 4-year education, that they are certified as a teacher, and they show a mastery in that subject matter. Those are the 3 criteria under No Child Left Behind. So if they have that criteria, then they have every right to teach the children. If they don't have the criteria, then they should not, and that's where a lawsuit could come in.
Well, here's what the superintendent says. He says these teachers often are bilingual or multilingual and have a deep personal understanding of the challenges that many of our students face who similarly came to this country in undocumented status as young children. And that superintendent goes on to say 10 to 20% of the student population there, he estimates, could be undocumented as well. But, you know, is this really fair to the millions of Americans who are also unemployed? Many of them are teachers and they are documented.
Yeah, well, under the law, no, it has that's really not the analysis. Just because there are other qualified teachers where these undocumented people are going to be taking those jobs, that's not a valid argument on behalf of the parents. For the parents, for them to have standing to sue under this scenario, it would mean that the teacher is not qualified under the law, and that's really where the analysis falls. And it's not under DASA where the people have a right to work in this country.
What if the parents feel like the superintendent, the school system is trying to get these particular people to become teachers just because of their background?
Well, no, that's not the proper analysis. That could be part of the overall scheme.
So how would a parent sue then?
Because under No Child Left Behind, if they don't have a 4-year degree and they don't have mastery in the subject matter and they're not licensed by the particular state, they don't have the proper licensing, they could sue because they have a right. Every child in this country has a right to a competitive education, a high level of education, and that's what the federal government has spelled out. That's the criteria, and that's what they would have to go on, not the fact that they're undocumented.
All right. David Schwartz, thank you so much for your thoughts this morning.